So Elon Musk has successfully purchased Twitter. There are a lot of people quite furious about this. In fact, some of the most annoying people in the world, blue check marks, journos, the usual suspects are actually quite annoyed at this. Elon buying Twitter is very bullish for crypto, and it basically gives us much more fuel to work with when it comes to next bull run. And I'm going to make the case as to why Twitter being bought out by Elon is such a good thing. I think the cryptocurrency market can really pump quite a lot in the future off the back of this. But before we get on with the rest of this video, the website that I own called BossTrack.com has had an update that makes it even easier to see the profits and losses of your DeFi wallets. Instead of having to go between chains on the wallet that you've entered, you can now see the P&L of your assets on each chain by the little icon next to the token. So, if you have a wallet that has Ethereum stuff and BSC stuff and Avalanche stuff, it'll all be on the same page and you'll get to see an overall view of the profits and losses that your wallet is making. This makes it super easy. It's a big improvement on BossTrack, and I'm glad to be working on this project. If you want to track the performance of your DeFi portfolio, BossTrack.com doesn't cost you anything. We don't need you to sign up. We don't need your email and password and phone number. No, you can just enter your wallet address and begin tracking the profits or losses of your DeFi assets. So one of the most important aspects of the Twitter acquisition is how the blue checkmark system is going to operate. For the longest time, it's been kind of memed on that having a blue checkmark on Twitter kind of makes you this elitist, pompous, journo that thinks their opinion is more important than it is. There's quite a lot of negative connotations when it comes to the blue check marks on Twitter, and rightfully so. It's actually quite a corrupt system. In fact, if you're not part of an establishment corporate media group, if you're not an employee with them, it makes it very hard to verify your own identity. I mean, it gets absolutely ridiculous to the point where there are people with way more relevance that are in the crypto space that have way more of a say, and way more impersonators, by the way, that don't actually get a blue check mark because they're not part of the inner circle. One example, I don't know if this is still the case, but Altcoin Daily, one of the biggest crypto YouTubers, couldn't get verified on Twitter. His Twitter, for the longest time, last time I checked, was not verified. Why is this? He has hundreds of thousands of followers and damn well near 1 million subscribers on YouTube, yet he can't get verified, even though there's literally thousands of people that are going to be impersonating him. I'm a tiny YouTuber and I have loads of people impersonating me and my replies, sending people down scam funnels and so on. So we are basically the prime demographic for the checkmark system. Out of any group, maybe aside from government officials, I think people in the crypto space should get priority on the check marks, because we need to verify identity so our audience don't get robbed by impersonation scams as much. It's quite important for us, to say the least. Yeah, because we're not working for MSNBC, it's very hard to get a check mark. In fact, many of us in the crypto space, let me tell you this, actually have to pay to get a blue check mark. There's these underground tunnels where we pay this group to get some articles made about you on establishment media and so on and so forth, and they have their connections, and money gets sloshed around, and it costs about 10k, 20k to get a blue check mark on Twitter. It's ridiculous. The fact that we need to go through all these steps just to say we are who we are is such an absurd system, and I think the real reason for it is basically to consolidate the reach of people that are in the inner establishment circle. I think that's the real reason for it. Because quite often, if someone has a hot take that the establishment doesn't like, that Twitter used to not like, they used to remove their blue check mark. This happened with quite a few of the conservatives. They would have some tweet that wasn't liked, and they would get de-verified, they're not that person anymore, which makes no sense, by the way. What the verification system is advertised for is to prevent impersonation. So it really shouldn't matter what niche you're in. What should matter is the degree to which people are impersonating you. In the crypto example, it's obviously going to be scamming, but it's not used for that. It's kind of used as like this way to selectively curate who gets promoted more in like the algorithm of Twitter compared to someone that doesn't. And, you know, of course, this is used in a corrupt way. I think Elon Musk basically rehauling and removing all these middlemen and bribes that take place under the table. Like, he's even came out on a tweet and said, yeah, there were people selling verification badges under previous management. So the fact that he's overhauling this and charging people $8 a month to verify you are actually you, I think really eliminates all of this bullshit, frankly, that goes on in the social media space. Because it's absurd. Why should we have to pay 10, 20k just to say we are who we are to prevent our own audience from being scammed? It's absurd. There's also quite a few theories as to people with blue checkmarks getting preferential promotion in the algorithm for their tweets and content, which, I mean, yeah, I think that definitely is the case. So the people that kind of bought into this corrupt system before, or they're part of the special inner circle club, like they work for MSNBC, of course they're going to be mad at the news that the verification system is being overhauled so anybody can verify themselves, which is how it should be. You know, they're no longer part of this special club anymore, so I think that's why they're so salty. But the other thing is that now that we have Elon Musk in charge of Twitter, I think it's fair to say that the suppression of people in the crypto space when it comes to, you know, our reach, it is going to be a lot less. There's been people that, you know, have done, you know, tests when it comes to their reach on Twitter and shadow banning, and so, even I've been shadow banned on Twitter before. And, you know, what I talk about is crypto and how I dislike the government. That's pretty much it. I don't curse people out or call for violence or, you know, do any of that stuff. Yet at one point, even I got shadow banned on Twitter, which you should follow me there, by the way. So I know that there's going to be people in like the crypto space that have had their reach suppressed in the algorithm. And there's been people that have shown like putting hashtag Bitcoin in your bio actually reduces the reach of your profile to people. Now, I'm not sure if that's the case anymore, but you know, the way it's presented, it looks like the previous management of Twitter purposefully reduced the reach that we have in the crypto space to outsiders. And it kind of makes sense. If you look at the content moderation team, if you would sit down and interview each one of them and ask them their opinions on crypto, I'm pretty sure 99% of them would have an anti-crypto view. So the idea that, you know, they would use their powers of content moderation to suppress us in the algorithm, I think is quite likely. So now Elon's in charge, and a lot of these content moderators have been fired, and their tools of censoring people on the platform have been taken away from them. I think it's fair to say that our reach in crypto to a wider audience is going to be amplified. And you may think this is quite trivial, but it's really not, because who controls the algorithm on social media controls what you see. Like, think about a famous YouTuber. Now, if you update the YouTube algorithm to not show PewDiePie videos to people unless they go to his channel, guess what? No matter how many people like PewDiePie and his content, his views are going to be dramatically decreased. It's just a numbers game, right? How many times does your impressions of your content get shown to people? You know, like this stuff really matters. So if there is going to be censorship and throttling of our reach in the crypto space to outsiders, which I think is the case, the fact that that's no longer the case is massively bullish for cryptocurrency. And I think it's going to really skyrocket the buying volume that we'll have next bull run. I think Elon Musk has good intentions. I hope that he handles this correctly, because I mean, it's fairly certain there's going to be some massive blowback against Elon Musk by the establishment. Like, it's obvious they do not like this, and I think there'll be some spanner in the works. Like, there's gonna be some blowback. You know, you can't just massively impact the influence your enemies have and not expect them to fire back at you. Like, I do think Elon Musk is going to be targeted by something. Like, something's gonna happen to him. Like, I don't know what, but I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if some scandal breaks out about Elon, or you know what I'm saying. What do you guys think about Elon Musk acquiring Twitter? Do you think this is bullish or bearish for crypto? Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.